राग है, हम तेरे हैं साई, हम तेरे हैं, हम तेरे हैं साई, हम तेरे हैं।
Sairam brothers, now we have someone extremely special joining us, someone whom I am personally very fond of. He is one of those who joined in 1976 in the Brindavan PUC batch, went on to pursue his PG in the year 1982. He was among the first PG batch students. He was also among the first PhD batch students in Swami's University. Post his PhD, Swami permitted him to become a faculty member in the Department of Physics. In 1994, he also was appointed as the warden of the Senior Boys Hostel. Thereafter, he was also appointed as the Dean of Sciences, further going ahead to become the director of the Prashanti Nilayam campus for about 2 years. We have with us Brother Siva Sankara Sai.
Very happy to meet all of you through this recollections of interactions with Bhagawan. Swami used to talk to all the outgoing batches towards the end of the academic year. It was one such occasion. It happened in the Mandir. We were all seated in the Mandir Bhajan hall. 1 month of prayers and then requesting Swami to talk to them. Swami prepares their minds and then finally grants that wish. And Swami was talking to all of them and gave a beautiful discourse. He said, wherever you are, I am with you. Take me along with you. And then beautiful discourse. At the end of that, boys were very, very charged, and then there was so much of love in the air. And after the discourse, Swami was going around giving Padnamaskar and Prasadam to all of them. And each one was asking Swami, what should I do? Or I would like to go for this one. I would like to do this one. Swami, my mother is not well. All such things. They were having their individual problems. And Swami was answering for each of them. And so all the students, I said, Swami, we would like to live for you. And then we will spread your name. All that they were telling that towards the very end. Then Swami said, oh, you want to live for me and then spread my name? No, you don't have to do anything. You just live whatever you have absorbed from here. It's not even everything. He said, whatever little you have picked up from here, live, practice them in your daily life. Then one boy immediately asked Swami, how do we practice this? Immediately Swami said, yes, after you go from here, after you complete your courses, go join in a good job. First, make sure that your immediate family members are happy with you. Then Swami said, then extend that one to your workplace, your immediate bosses, your colleagues, your peers, and your subordinates. You do not have to tell my name. In fact, even Swami went to the extent of saying that. Then after that, your friends and relatives, then comes for that. After that, then you think of doing seva. He said, if you are not having congenial atmosphere in your home or in your workplace, how are you going to do seva? I mean, this was the beautiful message, the fitting finale it was for all the students. As a warden of a senior boys hostel, in earlier years, the school students were also in the same hostel. School students and the institute students were also in the same hostel. And there were almost 650 students. Whenever anything would happen in the hostel, Swami would expect me as the head of the hostel as the warden of the hostel, I should know everything. Once there was a viral fever in the air, and then many people in Puttaparthi village also suffered from the viral fever, and it was contagious and it was in the air, and everybody was getting viral fever. And many students fell sick. I was had the opportunity to go and then tell Swami, these 6, 7 students are there in the hospital, and then Swami, we seek your blessings for them, and then prasadam. Swami was very kind, and then immediately took that basket and he gave the prasadam. He said, "Who are those people?" I told their names, and then he said, "Where is this boy coming from? Where is this boy?" Few of them I could remember, few of them I did not know. I said, "Swami, I do not know." Then he was angry. He said, "What are you doing? What are you there for? What are you there for? You are supposed to be in charge, the guardian of the students. You have to know. You have to know about the students." Again, the parents have sent their children here with the complete confidence in Swami's system. Okay, so you have to know the thing. You cannot say that I do not know. I mean, such a small interaction, but then very powerful message. There's also number of times Bhagawan has told all the teachers, he said, you do not have to do any other sadhana than taking care of the children, taking care of the students. I'd like to recall one such incident where, Swami's absolutely modern outlook in our day-to-day life. The setting was in the Purnachandra around late 80s. It was a Dasara time. After Dasara, we used to have this, semester break, 15, 20 days. So most of the students had gone home. And then a few students were there because Swami was in Puttaparthi, so they stayed back to be with Swami. Swami called for a Purnachandra session. We used to call this just like Trayi session. We used to have Purnachandra sessions, where in the afternoons, Swami used to spend 2-3 hours with the students. And then we used to put up some program just to engage, to increase this interaction between Swami and the students and the teachers. We put up a small, skit type of program. Swami was very happy. And then after the program was there, because very less number of students and teachers, so Swami was sitting in the Punjandra, and then we were all surrounding him. And Swami was chatting with all the students. Then suddenly Swami said, "See, I have 20 new bikes. Hero Honda, I think. Bikes are there with me, and then all 3 campuses are here. Which campus wants these bikes for the sports meet?" Then that's it, there was electric current in everybody. I said, Swami is giving bikes to this thing, whichever campus wants it. And then 3 campuses were there. Immediately, Vrindavan people said, Swami, we would like to, if Swami permits, Vrindavan students would like to do bike stunts this time for the sports meet. Swami listened and said, oh, very good. Then immediately Anantapur warden also said, Swami, the girls don't get chances. So Swami, please give these bikes to Anantapur campus this time, and then we would be happy, and then we would offer a bike program for Swami. And then I, as the warden, was sitting there, and then I just kept quiet. I did not immediately put my hat. Then Swami repeated once again, see, these are brand new bikes and you can do a lot of stunts. Vrindavan people said, Swami, we would like to have it. Another people said, we would like to have it. And then I still kept quiet. And there was a reason for that. Why I kept quiet was that just that previous year only, we had done bike stunts. Nowadays, thanks to Swami again, Swami, the great devotees like, Mr. Venu Srinivasan from TVS Motors, he gives now 60 bikes, 100 bikes, like that, whatever we require for the sports meet. In those days, it was not like that. We used to really borrow bikes from so many people. That's why Swami was saying that, I get 20 bikes, and that was a real boon. Anyway, we had done last time, so better we keep quiet this time and let other campuses do. So that was my intention. That's why I just kept quiet. I didn't want to say no, but then just kept quiet. Since anyway, there are 2 campuses which are waiting for getting bikes from Swami. And he said, Era, what, you don't want bikes? Swami asked me directly, breaking the ice. I said, Swami, we had it last time only. So we were thinking of new, different things, like try to say, just to, without telling that we had bitter experience. I said, Buddhi ledu. No buddhi. See, the student, it's a PG campus. It's a, main campus. And then all the big boys are here, and MBA boys are there, MSc boys are there, PhD boys are there. They have that adventurous spirit in them. You do not know bike, and you do not want them also to do bike. What sort of warden you are? Openly banging me. So what sort of warden you are? And then saying that you should cater to the aspirations of the students. They've come here for the growth. So, Swami's outlook is so modern, so very, contemporary with the needs of the time, with the changing times. Swami moves the thing. We have to be rooted in the, eternal values of our ancient culture, which Swami stands for, but then have to be packaged in the most modern way so that students are attracted and they participate. And then all of them, one of the greatest lessons which they learn, all the students learn in the sports meet is, they do everything as an offering to Swami. Where else it can happen? It's only competitive spirit outside and at the most health benefits. But it is much, much more than that in Swami's institutions. It's much more than they're all there, but they are taken to a different level because it's an offering to the divine, to an offering to public, and the public is happy and Swami is happy, and Swami showers his blessing. So that whole thing, the same thing being done by everybody, but it has a different meaning and connotation. And what a modern outlook it is. Swami said, you have to encourage the students to do that. And that's how he would never allow us to be satisfied with only just a cultural show, just having dances, because these are all risk-free items. Cultural dances, dramas, and all these are, okay, these are necessary. But he said, along with them, that adventurous spirit and, that novelty, the newness, that is what Swami wanted. So in his university, everyone is a student only, learning things. Each one different levels. And as Swami, some, very nice one, very elderly devotee, is a very great devotee, is mentioned it this way. He said, in this university, there's only one teacher, that is Swami. There's only one department, that is Swami's department. But then you have all the students in the universe are his students. And then this one teacher teaches all of them, whichever level they are in. Tailor-made syllabus is tailor-made for him. So all the vicissitudes of lives we go through is all his prasadam to us. So this is our loving Lord who, teaches us that we have to live in the world, but the world should not live in us. We have to live in the world, the head in the forest and hands in the society. We have to be in the society, but do not let the society inside you and corrupt you. So that's a type of, it's teaching is Bhagawan gives, which is so very practical and can be applicable to all of us all the time, anywhere we are, wherever we are. So that's what I thought I would recall.
That's
beautiful.
So very beautiful, very beautiful, very inspiring, sir. And I still remember even during our batch, and the students that I would see doing the sports meet stunts. The only thing that mattered was that at the end of it, Swami should say Manchit. And if that one word feedback was received, then the whole effort and everything was totally worth it. So thank you very much, sir. This has been a wonderful interaction, and a beautiful string of anecdotes and incidents, so full of love by our dear Lord. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.